Okay. I am trying this out tonight. I'm moving this over. Oh, okay. How this goes. Um, okay. So, as you can see, a little different tonight. Oh, wait. Forgot to. Give me a second. I gotta get. Okay. So, Twitch, as you can see, I'm a little different tonight. Got more of my traditional stuff tonight, which I'm excited for because it's been a while since I've been able to like sit here and just draw on a piece of paper. So, like I'll draw on a sketchbook here and there, but I can't. You guys can't see me do that. So, these are little like when I'm like trying to brainstorm stuff. I try to get that going. So, um, let me brush up a few things here. Okay. Let me double check, make sure everything's up and running properly. Oh, that's what. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, cool. I am all set. Let me grab some stuff here. Okay. Okay. So I put stuff all over the place because I have so much crap. Um, there. I have so much. Okay. Let me. Right page. Okay. Yeah. Left page. Okay. So what I'm going to do. Let me pull out a different sheet. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get a new sheet. Okay. So okay. Perfect. So I'm gonna because I didn't really like the way the cover came out. Like I like it, but I don't like it, and then this and that, and so forth. It's just a little bit difficult to do. Pop that out. Okay, I'm gonna try to pop this out and bring it over so I can read it. Okay. That's not what I want. Oh, technology is not behaving tonight. Oh, okay. Cool. Able to. Ah! There we go. Okay. Perfect. I can kind of read it. Got both chats right next to each other now. Okay, you guys welcome in. Let me grab my pencils. Those. Okay. Now, set up in here. I always keep my pencils here, so that way it makes it easier, quicker to just kind of grab and go. What I'm going to do. Okay, so I. Let's see if that works. Okay, so with this, oh geez, I'm putting that right in front of my face, aren't I? Come on, camera. Okay, perfect. No. Okay, this has been a nightmare so far. Stay there. No, come on. Nope. Nope. Can't do that. Can't see the. Come on. Okay, it kind of works. Draw more over here. Kind of got a little bit of camera in there, but whatever. Okay, so map this out. Let me. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn that on. flipping bright. Okay. I use, in this particular pencil, I have a 4H lead. Okay. Having fun with this technical difficulty. I am looking forward to when I actually get a better stand. So, but anyways, I use a 4H lead for this particular. Oh, hello. Thank you for the follow. Was that? Nice. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. Um, I know it's kind of funny that I'm having such a difficult time trying to get this to go. But okay, so this particular pencil, I have a 4H lead. For this particular pencil, I have 2H, and then I also have this 2H. I have a bunch of pencils with 2H lead. The key part of this particular pencil is it's got a specialized engine, so it rotates the lead around. So that way I can, when I draw, it keeps the stuff going, or it keeps the point pointy, I should say. So that way I can keep everything going properly. So let's see here. I want the title in there, but I want the head of zombie character. Where did I? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna grab the reference of the actual cover. Oh, there it is. Oh, my cat. My younger cat is. Okay, so yeah, this is the sheet. This is the cover I'm going to redo. Do this. So you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so this is the cover I'm going to redo. Just because in this particular area, let me turn this to you guys. So a lot of these blue lines showed up because I overdrawn a lot of things, and when I originally copied it, it didn't come out well. But on top of that, I don't like these legs. I like the cover concept. I like the way it's laid out. I like the fact that certain parts of the building look good. But the overall, it looks kind of wonky. So, okay. So I want to match this up and do a better version of it, I should say. So I'm going to redraw this. And besides, my drawing skills, since I actually drew this cover, have improved. So don't get me wrong, my wife would, if she was in the chat right now, would probably kill me because I'm redoing this again. And she'd be sitting there going, why are you redoing the same page again and again and again? Because certain things could work better. And I want to. I understand that certain parts could be okay, but I want to improve it. So we have this point right here. Double check. So I found this paper. So it's got all the blue lines. It doesn't have all the extra markers and everything on here. So I realized 5, so 5.5. So 5.5. Oh, we did get center. Cool. I don't know how I did it, but I found the center. Okay, so I want to put that particular point in there. Let me put you guys in a better view of this. It's been a while since I've been able to get to my desk and draw, so I'm looking forward to showing you guys this. So, okay. So this is the center. We're going to take this, do some paint lines. Okay. Now, there's a tool that I use to help me with parallel lines. I'm actually going to pull that out and show you guys. I picked this up just because I watched a comic book artist, David Finch. He did a thing on perspective. Now, if I can find it, that would be great. Get off. Cat, get on. Okay. Okay. Giant compass. Had to get this. Important that I had to get this because I realized when I tried to do certain things, this was a pain in the butt trying to get compasses to work properly when you needed large areas. And my compass only covered like here to there, and it was like, no, it doesn't work for me. I need more coverage. Ah, there it is. Come on. Aha. Okay, mapping ruler. Important to have. You want to work on perspective, you want to do certain things. Important tool to have. The only reason I say it's an important tool is because when I go to do this, and I mean when I go to really do this, I can take this. Okay, let's line this up. Now I take this, I draw this. Boom. You see how I can take that, move it up, and now I can get parallel lines for quite some time. See how that works? I don't know if that's coming up very well, but let me see if I can. See how those lines look? There. See, I can get those lines a little bit more parallel more often. It makes it easier to grid my grid that I need. So to get the grid is the fun part of everything. To set this up, it's a little tedious. but it's going to be worth it. One of the main factors I need though right now. Oh man, is now that I have this, I want to. One of the editors I showed my stuff to. He looked at this particular page, and we're probably gonna need to move the lettering. Let me do that real quick. And I need to move that alert box. No, alerts? Yeah, put that right up here. Okay, sorry. Um, so when the editor from I think it was DC looked at this particular cover, he goes, "Your perspective is off." And I'm like, I'm not looking for true perspective, but I get what he's talking about for the people. So if I make these people look a little bit more in the scene and then draw the building accordingly, this will be cleaner overall. It will look more visually appealing, in my opinion. So I am going to focus on putting the people in perspective. Okay. I understand they're going to be my focal point. So I'm going to put them bigger, more intact, but then take the building and shape it around a little bit more because it is a somewhat scarier story. Okay. I don't think that just sitting there and going, oh, well, it's a typical. No, 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 no. The story itself will have humor, will have its ups and downs, but it's important that the right factors come through. So I'm setting a tone right off the bat with the cover of, hey, these scary creatures these zombies are coming after these kids at a school where it's kind of a big deal because how many of us have been to high school? We've all been there, done that, and we're all sitting there going, "Oh my God, why do I have to be here?" type of thing. But you know, you're gonna you feel that overwhelming dread of, oh, I have another day of high school, you know. But in reality, where it's just another day of school. In their reality, I have another day of high school. I hope I make it home alive today. So, and it's not, and I understand it's America, it's how things are. But in their case, it's a little bit more drastic because of a day to day what's coming after them. You know, are they going to be taken out by, a zombie, or are they going to be taken out by a superhero or a supervillain or something like that? They don't know what type of kind of entity is coming after them that week, okay, or that month. And who's to say Dr. Jekyll doesn't come out? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde isn't roaming the school. Jack the Ripper. These these historical figures that were born from stories, and some fictional, some non-fictional, but it's the fact that a lot of fictional things come through in a science fiction story. Like this whole situation is science fiction. You know, but you know everything that happens in the school is fictional. Like some fictional character, heck, you never know. It could be the person next to you could have been turned into a zombie, and next thing you know, they're trying to suck your blood. Who knows? but it's just a matter of getting the correct situation out of this. Okay, so I am going to. Okay, sorry if I start drawing to the point where I'm not talking a lot. I apologize. I'm not trying to ignore chat. It's just I have a tendency to fixate too much. Um, I did when I was younger. I was technically diagnosed with ADHD. Um, had to be on medicine for it. Um, I learned to my body learned to overcome some of the medicine, unfortunately. Um, but I also learned to control it a little bit, so that way I have a little bit more understanding of where I'm at, what I'm doing, and hey, this is a time that I need to focus. Um, so when I get focused on working, I get focused on working. So, book. Uh, Fine. Hi. This is issue 1. Oh, interesting. Cool. Anyways, oh man, oh man. Okay, so I'm going to put one character. Let me make a bot. Or let me make. I have a little too much light in this area, which sucks to see sometimes with lighter pencil. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's put this. So, anyways, so right now I'm just mapping out an area where I want the body to sit. So all of this stuff that I'm doing, I've learned through some trial and error and through YouTube videos, all that I just constantly want to learn. So have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay? So I am the reason I'm making somewhat of a box here is that's the area in which my character will sit. And now I am okay, cool. So I need to make a 3D object so that way when I put the character in space, he will look 3D. If I do anything other than that, it's going to be harder to really kind of keep it proper. Let's see if this. Let's see if this works to help control my. Eh. Oh, this is tilting so much. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this fucking stand. It sucks. I cannot wait for you guys to see when I get the proper things to work and everything. Okay, so now I've got my box. Now that I have that, I can now map out my character. So obviously I can put him in. He's going to be looking up. So the area would his focal point will be off in this direction. So we'll make them look right over there. Okay, so I will put the head. Now the method I use the Rodgon method. He's a big TikTok art teacher that I want to. You guys need to go, you know, go watch a lot of his videos. Okay. Now I'm gonna take that line and move it up. Shrink this box just a little bit. Now so we got the collarbone coming here. Bring that. It's going to be further back. Bring this one forward a little bit. Give him a little bit more muscle definition because he is more of an athlete. So this is my character Mars. Okay. So Mars lives within the school. Okay, so he is a little bit more well equipped than most of the other students on how to handle things. Okay. I can also tilt that. Boom. Okay. So now we do typical. That might be a little too long. Move it up a little bit. Now, I don't do a lot of erasing at this particular moment just because of the fact I'm just mapping out. I'm not trying to be like, let's get all the definition in there, and then this detail goes there, and that detail goes. No, no, no. Like, I need a hand to come here, so I'm going to draw more of this shape here. Obviously, the thumb comes through here, but I want this shape of the hand. Boom. This is going to be the middle finger. Boom. Okay. So that's just a simple blocking of a hand. That's the palm coming at us and everything. Yeah, that guy was right. I hate to admit it, but he was right. This looks better taking him and making him more of a. Okay. What did I lengthen to? I think I put too much of a neck on him. Okay. When you really mess it up, this is where a good kneaded eraser comes in hand. Okay. I not a good part of a nice kneaded eraser, a newer kneaded eraser. It sticks. It's like little Play-Doh or putty. It's fun to play with. It's kind of annoying sometimes to play with it. So, oh, already had 33 people in the chat or come through here. Nice. If your guys are on TikTok and you come through, feel free to give me a like, even a follow. Take, you can be just like what was it, Aiden earlier? He gave me a follow. If you guys are on Twitch and haven't followed already, feel free to give me a follow. I greatly appreciate it. Um, Again, I'm trying to make um, what was it, affiliate over on Twitch. So I've got a little running goal there. I'm at 15. At least it says I'm at 15. Technically, it's 16 or 17. Um, but I'm trying to do that, and then on top of that, I greatly appreciate the views because of the fact that that's apparently one of the tasks I'm going to need to do. I need to do. So let's move this neck and shoulder area up a little bit more. It's too much turn. Okay. See, doing too much drawing and then erasing, drawing, erasing. I don't want to do that. I need to make sure I don't do too much of that. Because that's what happened to my last one. Was that some of those lines came through. Okay, that's there. I'm gonna bring this around. Sometimes just drawing in or blocking in muscles help find what you're looking for. Okay. There's the. So he's going to be reaching back, grabbing a hold of Jared's backpack because Jared's trying to run the F away from this. He's like, nope, I'm done. I don't want this. You know, I'm out. And Milas is like, what's going on? Like, okay, no. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. That looks better. But, um, yeah, this leg. This foot's going to be right here. Now, these are guidelines. They're not a hard and fast rule. Oh, I have to stay within that area. Sometimes it bleeds a little bit out. This is partially why you get papers like this. And I got a little line here. It says bleed area. It's going to do that. It is acceptable to sometimes go slightly outside the box, unless you really want to just kind of say, "F it, I'm going way outside the box and take a left turn." It's a little different when you do that, but it's okay. Anyways, again, I so I have found as I've been studying all these legs and all this fun stuff, that the inner part of the leg comes out straighter and the outside is more of that bumpy area. Okay? Now, don't want to don't want definition in the coat that he's wearing. So we draw here, elbow, a bend in that elbow, boom, boom. Put uh, oh, one of the tips I've learned over the years too is when you're doing legs. Um, David Finch learned this. He goes, "Oh, Jim Lee, when you do a knee, think of a football." Okay, so uh, so when you're doing a knee, so if I have an oval and an oval, think of that pass through area as a football. By thinking of a football, now I can kind of come in here and I get this shape in here, and then I get this line. Oh, look at that! I got that inner thigh. Okay, boom, and then I think that's actually the fastest I've ever drawn a leg, just based off of a football or an oval shape. I cannot, I cannot believe that. Just crazy. But hey, to each their own. One of those I'm now learning it more and passing that knowledge on to you guys. But it also helps with the mapping of the quad here, because now I've got that. I come in here, and then I can draw it down in here. Boom. It connects. Again, creating that straighter line through. So that way I can boom. And now when I make a foot, I just saw a video and I forgot. I would love to give the credit to the guy that I learned it from, because it popped up on my Facebook page. But when drawing the foot, think of it as kind of this trapezoid area, okay? And then at the very end of it, I think of it as a triangle, okay? So now I've got all my toes, I've got my basic foot, and then I can start mapping in ankle, okay? And then mapping in the toes. Or if they're got shoes on, I can map in that shoe a little easier. Does that make sense? So simple things like that. You'd be surprised on how easy things could go as long as you know certain landmarks. Okay. Oh, it is already midnight. Did not know that. So, with that being said, I am going to call it a night. I apologize for all the technical difficulties tonight. Um, I'll be trying to figure out how to get the stand to work a little bit better here and there. I definitely will be buying a new actual stand for my camera, because I think what I would like to do in the long run is potentially the camera that I use here. I'm going to use that more for my art. I'm thinking of buying a new camera that will sit on my desk that could look right at me, so that way I can see you. You guys can see me. I can see you. All that fun stuff. But let's start with TikTok here. TikTok. I'm going to say good night, and I will see you tomorrow night at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Yeah, not 10 a.m. I might get some time during the day to stream, but we will see on that. Um, the likelihood is going to be low, but keep an eye out for it. Okay? You guys have a good night on TikTok. Okay? Good night. And perfect. And Twitch. I like you guys. You guys are fun. You guys got the 5 to 6 viewers tonight, I think I saw. It is hard to read. My eyes are so tired and blurry. But Twitch, you guys were awesome. I'm gonna end this. If you want to catch it again, you can watch it on YouTube. But you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Okay? So you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.